Good day, love. I'm whispering, but I'm really kind of talking, but I'm whispering.
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Welcome back.
Episode 57 of the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast.
We're going to get into some holistic freedom secrets on this
Absolutely.
podcast episode.
Coming to you live. We are excited. Today is Tuesday. So that means for our podcast, it's Cleanse Day. Talk about cleansing the mind, body, the soul, the habits, all of those things. Our podcast follows our 5-prong healing system, consisting of the concepts be, cleanse, fuel, move, and shine.
Looks like the camera on Facebook isn't recognizing them. Okay, the webcam's not plugged in. Okay, that's okay.
I think you should
just go ahead and
plug it. Yeah, plug it in because it's a microphone too. So.
Okay, we'll be back.
We'll be back, Facebook.
Okay, as we're getting these things sorted.
But we are indeed live. So it's first of all, it's really exciting to be all the way at episode 57, nearing 60 episodes.
I know.
Definitely consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, following the channel, following the page, pardon me. Nice. Webcam is back on. Sharing this out and meeting us in the comments with your stories and your approach to cleansing, your approach to fueling, your approach to being, moving, and shining, so that we can be a community in the comment section.
It looks like we are back live on Facebook.
There we go.
Yeah, so welcome back, Facebook, to episode 57 of the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. This is Cleanse Day, and we're diving into healing from the inside out, cleansing your blood for optimal health. So,
in this episode, we'll dive into the benefits of cleansing the blood through various holistic modalities. We'll talk about the power of saunas and infrared saunas, sweating. We'll talk about fasting. Of course, we always touch on fasting. We'll talk about energy enhancement systems. Pardon me. And if you've never heard of those, they're pretty cool, and the information about them is it'll come up on all of the search engines, even Google.
I feel like we could also mention grounding because that's another free one. That's pretty awesome.
And herbs.
Yes.
Which all purify the blood, all take turns and do different things to help purify your blood. And your blood, obviously, positively or negatively affects all of your bodily systems.
Yeah.
So by cleansing the blood, you support every system in your body. Clearer skin, improved energy, better digestion, better rest.
Immunity, reproductive system, your musculoskeletal system and things.
Cognitive abilities, all of that.
So. All of the things. So this is pretty cool because one of the biggest things that we're often looking for support with is, and I'm saying we, I'm talking about the collective us, right, in society, is digestion, energy, and mental clarity. So oftentimes we are battling against brain fog, and it's like such an everyday type thing that it just seems like the norm, and we don't even realize it sometimes until we forget something or until we're in the middle of, oh snap, your mind is super sharp. How come mine not as sharp? Okay. So the importance of blood purification, it goes so deep because it's essential to a cleanse. If we're not having our blood be healthy, say it's the cells in the blood clotting together, it's making it hard to push through the arteries and things in the vessels, the blood vessels that it goes through. It causes inflammation in the body, and it leads to all sorts of heart conditions and issues in other aspects in other places as well. When the blood isn't cleansed, then we can, if you're a woman, then you can experience things like fibroids and cysts in your uterus, in your ovaries, and that is not
Fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not fun.
not fun. And for men, like prostate cancers and things of that nature, and just the gambit of autoimmune conditions from diabetes to yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
That could be a song, maybe. But
as well as liver disease and all types of stuff.
Yes. So it's vital for us to cleanse the blood. When we cleanse the blood, it impacts us, it impacts our digestion, our immune system, it boosts our energy levels. It allows for all of our bodily systems to really just get into their
groove.
groove.
And now, why are we talking about purifying the blood? Well, very simply, because that's getting closer and closer to causal factors of disease.
Yeah.
So we don't only want to focus on things like the nerves or things like the stomach ache or things like the headache, because they are usually symptomatic and not causal of whatever's going on. And so when we take a Tylenol for the headache and we keep taking the Tylenol every day for the headache,
Then we damage the other parts of our body.
Yeah, or we keep taking caffeine for the low energy and we keep taking caffeine for the low energy every single day.
And one day we wake up and our gut is wrecked.
Or we keep taking the such and such for the such and such, right? Every single day, then we become not only dependent on the synthetic modality, but also we become blind to the cause of the low energy or to the cause of the headache or to the cause of the bellyache. We become blind to what's causing it. And usually when you target um, the whole the holistic body, right? When you go for the blood, which is in all parts, when you go for the water, which is in all parts, these things are more toward the causal factors and cleansing them out, and then after you cleanse, fueling them up with the highest quality that you can. Then like when it comes to water, then you're you're getting to the root of the problem, taking it out, and then getting to the root of the solution and putting that in.
Yes. And of course, we're not medical doctors. We're not that sort of thing. So we are not subject to the same regulations and things and things that they are. Of course, if you're taking any medications, those medications have effects. They call them side effects, but they are effects, primary effects.
Direct
and
effects.
Direct effects. And they will counteract with some of these natural remedies that we're going to be sharing today. So you're going to need to do some research of your own in terms of what you've been prescribed and try to see how it will affect your body.
And not only on your own, because many doctors, although they've been trained one way, do have the intention of healing. And so bring that research to your primary caregiver.
Do it.
See it as an opportunity both to include somebody else that has access to the paywall hidden information and paywall hidden scientific journals and things like that, and see if your primary caregiver is like, oh, I don't want anything to do with anything outside of my training, in which case you would then
that you gotta like find somebody else.
So
yeah. So fasting. Let's talk about fasting. It's one of the free ones that it don't cost not a thing to get into. And it's something that can definitely help us purify the blood because the body just, whenever it's allowed to get into its state of rest, digestion, and healing, which is corresponding with the autonomic parasympathetic nervous system, big phrase just to say it's the part of your nervous system that gets switched on when we are in healing states. So when we are like relaxing, when we're meditating, when we're breathing, when we are, exercising, even when we are, um, depending on the exercise. If you're going super hard, then maybe no. But if yoga
Oh, right after when you
stimulates
get
it.
to the rest.
Heard exactly. But fasting is something that acts as a huge detoxification, especially if you can make it into the realm of 17 hours fasting that activates something called autophagy. And autophagy is kind of like when your body has like all these cleaners inside. So they spring cleaning inside your body. They get all their brooms and all their things, not literally, metaphorically, and they're sweeping out all the waste, all the toxins, getting it from here over there. Okay, we store some things that's fat over here. We just gonna sweep. We just gonna clean up and get rid of some of the toxins. Okay, autophagy is the self-healing mechanism within the body. So it's like that deep cleaning, self-healing mechanism. Um, and when we do longer fasts, then we can start to activate that. It's kind of like a volume switch, volume knob. Those ones where you can turn it and it just starts to get a little brighter, or you turn it down, it's a little dimmer. So the more that you do it, the longer that you go, and the more that you do it, the more that you'll notice a um, it start to show those physical results in your health in your body beyond just, oh, I feel a little better today, you know. So um, yeah, one of the benefits is that it literally cleanses the bloodstream.
Yep.
So that you can have the health results that you're looking for. But it just takes time and it takes consistency. So let's say
Because
a 24
sorry.
one last thing
Yeah.
was that a 24-hour fast will help reset your gut. 36-hour fast will help get those hidden fat reserves where toxins, excess hormones, excess, including stress hormones, excess sugar, all the things were stored to because your body was trying to legit protect you. Um, it can get those and empty those out. And then when you get to a 48-hour fast, that's when you're resetting the dopamine receptors, and your mental health is getting back to that cheery self that you remember in the days. You might still be living in those days, but if you're not, that's one way to
Yeah.
reset.
And when your blood is full of toxins, when your organs that your blood is taking things from and moving them around is full of toxins, then toxins are spread around and pumped around your entire body. And
Yeah.
so new things show up, right? Arthritis and all types of things. They show up,
Yeah.
growths, and we don't want none of that. We don't want that beef.
Yeah, we want our bodies to continue to help us and not attack us.
So next, we want to talk a little bit about saunas and sweating. Basically, and saunas aren't the only way, right? Taking a nice walk in the very hot summer is also, it counts. Is the same exact thing that the sauna does. But basically, with sauna, especially infrared saunas and some intense, sunlight, where you're also incorporating some movement so that you're intentionally sweating,
and circulating your blood throughout
circulating
your
your
body because you're
blood. Yeah.
moving and breathing.
So what I mean is not just tanning on the beach, where your only movement consists of turning a little bit so that the sun gets the rest. But these things release out from your pores the waste product that can get out through your water. So every one of your 99.9% of your cells are mostly made up of water. and they're made up of water in a state that's in between uh, gel and liquid, right? It's like a liquidy gelish. It's not like, you know, like that, right? Which is why if you get cut, blood comes out, not a bunch of water. And so
Crystalline state.
crystalline state. Thank you. When you sweat, your cells naturally take the waste product and push them out through all of the channels that the water goes through, out through your skin, so that the waste product comes out. You also lose a lot of salt when you sweat, so you might want to eat something um, Himalayan salty, Himalayan sea salty, Celtic salty, after you sweat a lot. But you want to make sure that you're sweating a good amount of times during your average week, your average month, because that also helps purify the blood uh, through by way of your water getting out the waste product from your body.
Yeah. So things like saunas, so that heat therapy, and specifically infrared saunas, get down to a cellular level to help your cells detox. So that it yes, it opens up the pores, and when we're sweating, that's one way to open up the detox pathways. And the detox pathway is basically like um the if you think of pathway, it's like a path, right? You can walk along a path. It's gonna aid the toxins out of your body through this path, right? And with the detox pathways, we just need to make sure that they remain open every day. And one way that we can do that is by sweating every day. So, another way that we can do that is by um, having a bowel movement every day. Another way that we can do that is by also just checking our lymph nodes in our neck, under our arms, around our bodies, just to make sure that they're pitty and not puffy. If they're puffy, our detox pathways are closed, most likely, and we need to open them back up in order to properly cleanse. Yeah, and the skin is that largest detox organ of the body. It acts as the third kidneys. It's so powerful, and so that's why we talked about healing baths, to pull toxins out from that way as well. But yeah, so saunas is my jam. Of course, if you're into cold plunges, that's another episode. But yeah, cold therapy is also a thing. So let's talk about some herbal allies for blood cleansing as well.
Um, those of you who don't know, we do make our own herbal remedy, our own herb mix that we put in our smoothies and that we put in other things that we eat. And Tensi puts it in our pancakes and all of these things,
Yes. Yeah.
which we just call it, Ufu Child Aligned Herb Mix. And it consists of burdock root, bladderwrack, Irish sea moss, camu camu, and moringa.
Yeah.
And all of these things are very wonderful for providing your body the nutraceuticals, the nutritious minerals and vitamins and things that your body is asking for when you suddenly crave chocolate or you suddenly crave fried chicken or something like that. Your body is asking for something by way of minerals and vitamins, nutraceuticals, if you will. I love that word. Yeah.
Nutraceutical. I feel like you gotta say it with a
Yeah, you have to
nice
say it with like a sophisticated
nutraceutical.
look. You got to put your pinky up. Nutraceuticals.
Nutraceuticals.
Um,
Nutrients. Yes.
Herb. These 5 herbs provide even more than what your body's going to ask for in a given day. So get yourself some familiarity with
Yes. Look them up.
these herbs. Yeah.
Look up the name and look up benefits. Look up effects of these herbs. Sea moss is something, and bladderwrack are things that it don't matter what day it is. It don't matter if you take medication. It is so gentle. Same with camu camu and and moringa. It's just for moringa, you just want to like give yourself an hour before you take any sort of medication, before or after you've taken it to consume it, because it's like an amplifier. Moringa is like an amplifier. So if your medication or the other herbs help with energy levels or help with bringing down inflammation, it's going to do that mode. It's going to do that mode. But if you're taking medication, say to bring down your blood pressure, then it's going to do that more as well. So just keeping that in mind. That's why we give it an hour before or after. I love it. Only baby stretches. So, but there's another herb I wanted to mention today, because we've talked about sea moss in the past, and we've talked about bladderwrack and other videos. Camu camu, by the way, is the highest plant-based
Source
form.
of vitamin C.
Yes, so it has 700 times the amount in a packet of emergency in just 1 teaspoon of camu camu. And camu camu helps pull heavy metals out the body, helps pull toxins out the body. But there is one herb that I do want to share with you that is a heavy hitter for the detox and purifying the blood specifically, and it's this. So this is yellow dock. Yellow dock. If you're here in Austin, they sell it in bulk at the Herb Bar. We don't have no partnership with them, but they got it in bulk for the low. Okay, and it's wild crafted, no chemicals. And yellow dock is one of these really cool.
They see it, babe.
You see, I just spilled a little bit. Anyway, it's fine. Babe.
It's a cleaning agent. It's a cleansing agent. So here we go.
Thank you for picking it up.
Yellow dock basically goes in with toxin bazookas and bazookas all of the toxins that it can find throughout, your blood, your digestive system, and all of your bodily systems. If you like, let's say you're sort of going through a sniffles or some sort of rough patch with your immune system, and it's fighting something off, you do 2 cups of yellow dock tea like per day. That thing is probably going to be gone in like 3 days max.
Yeah, and just like a teaspoon of yellow dock in your cup to 8 ounces would be like the tea. Yeah.
Very powerful stuff.
8 ounces of water. By the way, I didn't say that. Filtered water. It's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps. Of course, it helps boost the immune system. It has even been used to help people that help treat scurvy from back in the day. In some European countries, there was a scurvy outbreak, I feel like hundreds of years ago, but it's bitter. It tastes disgusting, y'all. I'm not going to front. It is the most gross herb that I have tasted thus far. However, it is so healing, and it will get that blood circulated. It is so great for the liver, and that's one of your first line of defense when it comes to detoxifying the body is the liver. And with 18% of teens now having fatty liver disease, just from all the processed foods and additives in our foods that we don't even know about, it's great for liver health. So highly recommend. And also for those that have low iron, it helps with anemia. So yellow dock, skin health. It's just great. I couldn't recommend it more. It also helps with balancing hormones. So let's move on to the next though.
Yeah, which is just the power in combining modalities. So when you are fasting, consider resting a lot, but also doing something like sitting in a sauna toward the end of your fast, so that you can not be too craving with the foods. make it too hard on yourself. That's what I'm saying. But toward the end of your fast, consider a sauna. Consider something that will make you sweat, a walk in the sun. When you're using herbs, consider uh, just combine the things that we talked about today. I don't. It's very simple,
got
so
you.
it's hard to lay it out in some other way.
We're gonna keep it real simple, y'all. First thing, of course, you gotta stay hydrated no matter what you're doing.
Mhm.
So your filtered water is the jam. Okay, that natural spring water, alkaline water, whatnot is the first thing for any cleansing. But then we're combining modalities, and this is stuff that you have access to. Everyone has access to fasting. That's free. Everyone has access to stuff like grounding, which pulls inflammation from the body and helps to also cleanse the blood over time gently, So putting your feet or your hands to grass or soil or in water that's still on the earth, like if you go to the sea or you go to a lake or, a ocean, if you're nearby that, or you're gardening or you're just walking around in your backyard with your feet bare, nothing on your feet, um, or however you do it. If you like those grounding, earthing shoes, rock out with that. If you don't have stuff by you grounding, just ground somehow. Ground. So find a patch of grass, put your hands down. Okay, 20 minutes is something that we can do just to help support our blood, help support our bodies overall with the detox. Okay.
Yeah. And it's something that you can combine with all of the other modalities that we mentioned today.
Yeah.
And when you combine them, it bolsters the effects of the purifying of the blood, as well as speeds up the process of purifying the blood.
Yeah.
And very, very powerful stuff. So that's all that we're going to have time to talk about today. And as you see, we have other stuff to do.
Yeah. Because Omi is wake. And we are so grateful that you took the time to join us today. Put down in the comments something that you took away from this episode where it's all about cleansing today. So what is something maybe you've tried? Maybe you've been in a sauna. Maybe you've had an herbal tea. Maybe not one of the ones that we have, but if you have, cool. If you haven't, let us know what it was and how you felt.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Goddess Collection too.
Yes,
out
they
of New
have a
Orleans.
tea called the Blood Purifier tea that has
Yeah.
yellow dock and burdock in it. And they
have a whole
phenomenal.
slew of other teas. Just shout out to the Goddess Collection. Please subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share. Meet us in the comments with your favorite cleansing modalities and holistic health strategies.
And we're gonna go. Love you. Bye. We'll see y'all tomorrow for Fuel Day. It's gonna be great.